We all know that in this economy, saving money and managing finances has really gotten the best of us. And by us, I mean I, and by we, I mean me. So I'm gonna share to y'all some of the tips, tricks, and challenges that I have been through and that I use to make sure that I'm saving my money and make sure that I am managing my finances and keeping bills paid. If you're new here, my name is Antoinette and my channel is all about debt-free journey, managing finances, building generational wealth, learning what that means in my context and growing up from generational poverty, graduating college and going to grad school now, making sure to figure out how to make friends and navigating life and just everything to do with being a person and building the whole self. I got you. I'm your girl. Let's go ahead and talk about this now. As a mid-20s Black woman and as a person in their mid-20s just period, I always feel like I have to have everything together and everything must be settled and everything must be in its place and everything has a place to go and you have to follow this plan and by 30 you have to do this and that. And I've really fallen into that cycle. And then I realized life just takes you wherever it wants to take you. Sometimes things are out of your control and other things you very much can control, and that is saving. Obviously, I don't really discuss how much I have in savings. Newsflash, it's basically just know it's getting real tough out here. You know, I struggle with savings just like everybody else does. Unless you come from wealth or anything, then you're gonna struggle with figuring out how to save, you know, the stuff that comes with saving. And what is the stuff that comes with savings, you ask? Money. If you don't have it, nothing's being saved. Like a lot of people, I live paycheck to paycheck, and that has been, I feel like, not so much a conscious choice. Like I'm not purposely living paycheck to paycheck, but I feel like that is something that I want to discuss further because I feel like I've been self-sabotaging when it comes to better jobs and better, you know, outlook on life and my career period. I just feel like some days I'm very much hippy dippy happy and, you know, getting it together and realizing that I'm making so much progress and that I'm building. And there are other days where I'm like, actually, you're settling. You're content in this comfort that you have that really isn't comfort at all. And especially when it comes to saving, I have this false sense of security. Being that I've had roommates for the past 2 years, I, you know, have kind of relied on them in the way that if I have an emergency, we work it out together. And then if you have an emergency, we work it out together, which communal living sometimes brings that up. And that is okay to do as long as you know, one, that may not always last, and two, show me the money. Like, show me what you've progressed and done since you've been living, you know, with these people. And that's something that I have to ask myself as I think about saving, as I think about building, as I approach my 27th birthday next month, as I approach just being someone that wants to be more independent, especially financially. And living paycheck to paycheck is not getting me anywhere. Your girl is tired, your girl is done. And I know I could talk about the job search and basically, you know, getting everywhere with that and getting nowhere with that. Actually, I think some people say things about election year and how hard it is. I don't know if that has any truth to it, but I'm feeling it. Right now, I'm feeling it. Some small wins or small things that I do to make the most of my money. I have recently gotten into the bad habit of door dashing everything. Before last month or the last 2 months, I would cook basically everything. Fast food did not know me. McDonald's, Arby's, Wendy's, all that stuff did not know my name for a good year because I was so dead set on paying off my debts and also just being and eating healthier. And recently, I don't know like where my mind has gone with that. I think I know what it is, but I have really gotten to the bad habit of door dashing. So before that, I was cooking at home more, and it didn't have to be these extravagant, expensive meals that, you know, you need 15 ingredients for and that, you know, you need to go to this specific store to get it. No, I was going to my local HEB, which if you're from Texas or, you know, live in Texas at all, you know what HEB is. So I would go there and I would have things like ChatGPT, or I would Google people that do like money saving things to get meals. I would look up those meals under $5. So how can I make this meal with ingredients under $5? How can I stretch this across the board for like 2 or 3 days? How can I do this? So it got repetitive. It wasn't necessarily Dave Ramsey beans and rice, but it also wasn't like steak and lobster every night. It wasn't DoorDash every night. And so I've gotten into the bad habit of that. Currently, I do have groceries in the room, in the kitchen, not the room, the kitchen. I have groceries in the kitchen that I'm really about to get back on that because first of all, health and wellness comes first, and me eating eating fast food several times a week, or me going ahead and door dashing is first of all hurting my bank account. That money could be going to paying off the debt, and second of all, it's hurting my arteries. It's hurting everything all up in here when I'm ordering DoorDash every day when I don't even need to, and I get the impulse to. And I need to explore what that impulse is and why I don't want to cook anymore, mainly because it's been hot. In Houston specifically, it's been like 99, 100 degrees every single day. Turning on that oven, turning on that stove is a fight. It's a battle, and I need to figure out more meals that maybe don't necessarily need to be cooked for so long, and you know, like saving energy and things like that. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but cooking at home has definitely helped me. Am I saying you should not go ahead and get coffee? I'm not gonna say the word of that word because we're still boycotting, but does that mean you should go ahead and go get coffee every once in a while? Yeah, it can. Coffee is $4 or $5. It's fine, go get it once or twice a week. That's not gonna break the bank, and I truly believe that. And people that say that are like, oh, you could have saved $300, blah blah blah. I wanted a coffee, I was tired. Who cares? Now, if that is becoming like 1 or 2 coffees a day that you're buying, you know, several fast food things a week like me, then of course you're gonna have to look at yourself and be like, I need to cut back. And that is definitely something that I choose to do. And plus, I'm learning how to cook. I think I posted a couple videos on here of me learning how to cook. It's always been a fun time and a ride, and so learning how to do that and be self-sufficient and be able to fuel yourself and feed yourself is fun. And so learning all of these new recipes and being able to try them and make them while also saving money has been so fun, and I need to get back into it. So y'all are probably gonna see more videos like that from me. What's funny about saving money for me is I have such a difficult time saving it for emergencies, but let there be a concert I want to go to and the money is strictly in the account. Last year I wanted to see Beyonce twice. That was my motivation to save money. Did I see Beyonce twice? I absolutely did. Did I go into debt for it? I absolutely didn't, because guess what? I was able to save. And that's just so mind-boggling to me every time I think about it, because during that period where I was saving for the Beyonce tickets, or when I saved for vacation, I feel so motivated because I feel like there's something to look forward to versus just saving just because you know you're not truly waiting for an emergency but you're preparing for it. It feels different, and I want to figure out how to make sure that I'm making it fun for me. And so I have Ally Bank for my high yield savings account, and they have little buckets, so I've changed them around some. I wish I could show y'all. I don't know if I can show y'all. I've changed them around into, hold on, wait, maybe I can show you. I don't know my password because I don't log into it because it's painful to look at. Ally Bank, or is it Ally? I feel like I say Ally. I'm gonna tell y'all my buckets. I have things like wedding. I have been to a couple of weddings in the past couple of years where I'm like, actually, I really like this. I'm gonna be prepared for that. So why not right now put $20, $30 every few weeks for it? So at the time when, if I meet someone, which is probably a long way off, if I meet someone and we decide to get married, I will have those funds for a wedding, or for if we want to go on a honeymoon. Obviously, it doesn't get a lot of money in there. I think the goal I have is $2,500. So my portion would be $2,500, and then their portion would be whatever it is. I feel like big weddings are not for me just because I don't want to invite that many people. I don't want that many eyes on me, and also I don't want to pay for all of that. I think like a $5,000 wedding, if that, is so amazing. I've seen a lot of places where they have wedding packages for like $1,000, $2,000, and they do really everything for you and you just show up. That's my kind of party. Listen, that's my kind of party. I have $600 for concerts. That is the goal. There's nothing in there right now, obviously, but Beyonce is coming, and that is the only person who I really want to see in concert. I've been trying to actually get into Billie Eilish's music, and so that's something that is enjoyable to me that I love to save for, instead of just being able to pull out a credit card, which I don't. I just got a credit card. I need to tell y'all that. This is a ramble, really. This has turned into a ramble. Saving for concerts, and then I have emergencies. I want to have $3,000, whatever, and that is because that is 3 months of living expenses for me, and then once I'm able to save for 6 months of living expenses, then that will be what is in there. And then for vacations, it says $3,000, but your girl is just like trying to figure it out with vacations, because I always want to be prepared. Any vacation you've seen me post on here, I do not go into debt for. And I guess there's a technicality of that because I do book with pay in 4, like PayPal Pay in 4, and then I just pay it off. So technically it is debt, but it's not something that I'm incurring or having accrue interest or anything after the vacation is over. Once the vacation is over, every single thing is paid for and it's out of the window. So that's how I save money for trips. It's usually multiple of us going on the trip, so we all book in advance and we all split and everything like that. So that's how I'm able to take trips. I think one year I posted a video going to California and they were like, you're unemployed, but you're going on a vacation. And I was like, well, the bills are paid, savings is, you know, in there. Why can't I go on vacation? Why do y'all think poor people just deserve to never have fun at all? And vacation was to a couple states over where I had a place to live and we stayed in the house the entire weekend. Why not? So I think for me, all of the buckets I just tried to show y'all were things that I prioritize, especially, you know, when it's so hard. Some of those buckets don't get money and some of them do. And, you know, when it's times like now where I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to get my own place in a couple months, if I'm going to stick to, you know, getting roommates and renting a room and how that will look, I really have to prioritize emergency fund and moving funds and, you know, seeing where I will be in 6 months and what that will look like. Saving has been fun or challenging. But another thing I've been trying to do is focus on an abundance mindset versus a scarcity mindset. And I did just Google that literally 30 seconds before I pressed record again. And the scarcity mindset is focusing on what you don't have, and really all of your effort and energy goes into trying to obtain that. When I want to be in an abundance mindset, focusing and doing what I have with what I do have and own and what I can get access to build myself up to eventually be where I want to be in life. And I think that is so very important, especially in this age of social media. I've discussed it several times. We'll link a video up here somewhere. I think that for me, it's gotten to the point where I'm up in age where I'm not very old, but I'm not young either. I don't even know what's happening over on the teen side of TikTok. I've become that person literally afraid to be around teenagers for too long. They're brutal. I was one of them. I know. I think that I have really begun to be happy with what I have, and the fact that I'm breathing air comfortably, the fact that I have a bed and a room to myself comfortably, the fact that I have income and I'm able to work and do things, probably not always so comfortably because there's moments when my job really tests me, but it's the fact that I have one when so many people are searching. It's the fact that I'm able to make money for myself. I'm able to feed myself. I really enjoy that I have a computer where I'm able to do homework, where I'm able to play games or write when I need to. I have a phone where I'm able to call my family. I don't know if that's particularly the abundance mindset, but that's what I'm interpreting it as. So it says I can't see, my glasses are off. When you adopt an abundance mindset, you start seeing possibilities instead of limitations. And let me tell you, especially during this job search and trying to be able to figure out my finances and wanting a better paying job, I always felt like there's no space for me. There's no opportunities for me because I don't have those skills. I don't have what it needs. And yeah, sometimes you're like, okay, you obviously don't have the experience to be a CEO. What do you have? And how could you leverage that to make them see you for you and what you can do in your abilities so that you can come in and do the job that you are qualified for? And so that's really taken me a lot of time to think through and to figure out. And then when I'm feeling really down, I definitely do those affirmations in the mirror, like, I'm enough. There is a place for me in the world and I belong in the world. I have enough. I will always have enough. I am capable. You know, I am important. I am smart. I am kind. Okay. Just the fact that I need to be grateful for what I have. You know, I used to hate when my parents say that. Be grateful for what you have. Like, especially when they didn't want to buy you something. That was always what it was. Now I see why that should be. You're always going to be striving for sometimes stuff that is unattainable because you see other people for it, until you realize that what you have is enough. And if it's not enough, how do we get to making it enough? But also just understanding that, you know, you should be also grateful for it. You know, you can't live life every day like being a Debbie Downer and just like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. You have shoes, you have clothes. Just be grateful for it for 1 second. I know, like, if you are someone experiencing poverty, it's really hard to be grateful for that because that is bare minimum. But just taking a second to like just be in your skin and be inside of your body and letting yourself know that, okay, I have these things. I don't need to be in panic mode all the time. My cortisol levels are very high. How do I just like zen myself and then make a game plan if that's what you want to do? If you don't, that's also fine because again, you're grateful for what you have. I really hope y'all enjoyed this random video of me talking about how I'm tackling financial challenges, saving, and just where my mind is right now on my debt-free journey. I hope that you guys subscribe if you hadn't already to go ahead and see my journey just through life in general, my finances and everything like that. And I will see y'all in the next video.